After I got home from work one day, I thought I'd buy a game for my son. He was into the Mario, Sonic, and Donkey Kong type stuff, so I got him a game. I didn't think he played yet. It was called Sonic R. It was a racing game, as I heard. At the time, it was pretty new. I raced home to give him the game and kissed my wife on the cheek. I held her and she was happy for me giving him a present. The excitement filled his eyes and I could tell he couldn't wait to play it. He went back into his room and I was right behind him to play with him. A couple of days passed and he told me he was almost done with the game. I watched him beat the last boss and he roared in excitement as he beat it. I felt good for him, patted his head and asked how was it. The particular thing was, as I did so, I looked at the credit screen and saw a character I didn't recognize. I pointed and said, "What's that?" He said it was the Tails doll. I asked where the Tails doll was. He just said it was the Tails doll again. I facepalmed and ignored the scenery. I called for him to get in bed, and as he was sleeping, my curiosity got the best of me. I went into his room, very quietly turned down the volume of the TV, and was ready to play some Sonic R. Knowing he already beat the game, I decided to play it through again, though watching him from earlier. I noticed you could play as the Tails doll. Knowing that was the main reason why I wanted to play the game, I chose him to tag up with some of the gang. It was pretty fun actually, until I tagged him up with Sonic. Right when I hit that button, my whole life changed. My life was in the palm of its hands. It was all calm at first, I must say. The screen shut off along with the game system. I let things be and went to bed with my wife. She grasped onto me as I did to her, falling into a deep sleep. At around 2 a.m., I started hearing thumps on my door, keeping it shut and knowing my son could get whatever he wanted himself. I just said, "Stop, go back to bed." The thumping kept happening. I got very annoyed and noticed as I got up that there was a little shadow coming from underneath my door. Nothing at all compared to a regular-sized human shadow. Kind of started freaking out. I started to slowly open the door and heard these very faint words I would never forget again. "You are coming with me. Forever." It was a doll. An evil, blood-covered, possessed little doll. It was from the game. It had to be. It looked just like it. I screamed and woke the whole house as it started clawing at my toes. Blood was all over the floor. It was growling very aggressively, and as my screaming got louder, my wife called the police. It scattered across the floor, running for me. Its screech was awful. It left a trail of my blood behind it. It said it has what it needs, knowing it couldn't finish its job that night. Ever since to this day, I am afraid to go to sleep at night. My sleeping patterns are scattered apart. I go to sleep around 6 a.m. and wake up around 8 p.m. to start my day. I know this may sound fake, but it isn't. I swear to this very day, I am shocked to even think about falling asleep at night.